So don't let your mind wander. Keep the awareness within you. Focus your mind on your breath and visualize the part of body you are exercising. That is what will bring maximum benefit through yoga. That is what really is yoga. Otherwise, it's just plain and simple exercise. Yoga is designed to increase energy of communication in body systems. It stimulates better immune system and body's repair mechanism. It makes you feel better. But the same set of palliative yoga exercises also has a therapeutic effect, and Dr. Rajan has innovated on a very unique yoga therapy method called measured yoga therapy, where we measure how the nadis on our fingertips are performing. And on the basis of that, we can recommend some very targeted exercises that can benefit your particular condition. So if any of you have any condition you want to talk about, you can email me or you can email Jayashree Prakash. The email addresses are right here. Close to 1,000 people have gone through a yoga therapy program, and people with complex illnesses and comorbidities have had substantial benefit. Also, now that some of the COVID restrictions have been lifted, Dr. Rajan has been conducting weekly clinics on Sundays in the Maryland area. So if any of you are in the Maryland area and you want to get BioWell testing done and consultation in person with Dr. Rajan, you can schedule that. A few points to note about today's yoga class. First and foremost, please follow instructions to avoid any adverse reactions. Important instruction is to keep your spine straight and take support if needed. And do your practices gently without strain. If it is too much strain on the body, then it's not yoga by definition. Also, there is a limit in duration or count of specific exercises. Please follow it. When you have doubt, avoid the practice or seek clarification, but remember that the liability is entirely yours. Do not multitask or merge two exercises. The slower you do, the better it is for you. The other very important thing is regular discipline practice. So if you miss a day, use the video recording from our yoga channel on YouTube, Life in Yoga Rajan, where we broadcast our sessions live and it's saved there automatically. Yoga brings good health of mind and body. It brings inner awareness and a sense of cosmic connection. And with that, I'll welcome you all to our yoga family, and I will let Dr. Rajan start today's session.
Namaste, everyone. As usual, we begin with 3 ohms. Let's take a deep breath in. As usual, if there is somebody who hasn't spoken, we can welcome somebody to speak up as to what makes them come regularly.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Inder Chopra, I can speak.
Sure, please go ahead.
Yeah, I think my wife attends the morning session and the night session, and I attend the 5:30 session. Yeah, I think we started last year, maybe in the month of April, and on the advice of some good friend, like I think it was Ashok Batra who probably advised us, and he also attends very regularly. I had actually, in terms of problem, also had a high blood pressure and also cholesterol, and I was taking medicine too. But the last 2 months, I not taking any more medicine. So there is a positive side of it, yes.
Excellent, excellent.
And I'm quite punctual. I basically make every effort to attend it.
Thank you so much for sharing this with us.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Namaste. So let's begin with the chakra vibrations. Bring your awareness to the perineum and pressing on the little finger with the thumb, we begin with Lam. 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 Release the fingers and continue. Lam. Lam. Last time. Lam. Now bring your awareness 1 inch above the perineum, behind where we urinate, and there we do Vam, pressing on the ring finger with the thumb. Vam. 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 Release the fingers, continue. Vam. 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 Last time. Now, bring the awareness behind the navel in the middle of the body. And there we do a Ram, pressing on the middle finger with the thumb. Ram. 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 Release the fingers and continue. Ram. Last time. Ram. Bring your awareness in the middle of the chest, in between the breasts, and here we do yum, pressing on the index finger with the thumb. Yum. 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 Release the fingers and continue. Yum. At the throat, we do hum, thumbs up, loose fist. Release the finger and continue. Last time. Hum. Bring the awareness to the middle of the head. We do chum, thumbs up, loose fist. Chum. Chum. Release the hands and continue. Chum. Bring the awareness to the top of the head, middle of the top of the head. There we do Om. Again, thumbs up, loose fist. Om. Release the hand and continue. Last time. Now let's go on to the Ujjayi Pranayama, the happy face breathing. All of you here know it, so please proceed. Is there anyone new today I failed to ask? If so, please unmute and say yes. Okay, so nobody new, so you can all carry on. In any case, as you all know, we make a big smile focusing on the throat. Feel the stretch there at the throat. And as you inhale, feel like there is a straw sucking at the throat, a mild sucking sensation. And when you exhale, you will feel a reverse sucking sensation. Carry on. There was a question in the chat box. Can chakra vibration be done twice a day? You can do it as many times as you want. It can never have negative effect. Anybody here feel tightness in the joints or muscles? Please raise your hand. Okay, that's fine. Continue. Stretch out your joints and continue doing the Ujjayi pranayam. That's why we are doing it a little longer today. Excellent. So, Usha Vaghasya, you should feel slightly better now. Good. Okay, now let's go on to, and Mr. Sethi, you should also feel a little better. Let's go on to the respiratory mantra. Bring your awareness behind the sternum and feel a rising vibration through the middle of the body going out of the top of the head. And the vibration is going as Haim Em Continue. Now let's go on to the circulation mantra Haim. Visualize the chest vibrating Haim, Haim, Haim. Continue. That is good. Now we go on to our spinal alignment. And as we exhale, gently tilt the head and bring it towards one shoulder. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, go towards the other shoulder. Those who like to keep your hands behind your back, and with each inhalation, you find your chest expand and shoulder pull back, that's also fine. It'll give you a better stretch. Last exhalation as you inhale and come back. And when you exhale, turn the head and look over one shoulder. Inhale, come back. Exhale, look over the other shoulder. Inhale, come back, and continue. Couple of quick announcements as we are doing this. First is, if anybody is interested or anybody knows anybody in the medical field who may be interested in the continuing medical education course that we are offering September 11th, 12th, please let them know. It is fully Zoom based and it'll be easy to attend over Saturday and Sunday. It is free for anyone who wants to simply attend, and those who want medical credits, they are the only people who pay a fee. And it's open for everyone who wants to learn, whether they are in the field, medical field or not. Last exhalation, inhale, come back. With the next inhalation, lift up the chin and take the head all the way back. And as you exhale, bring the chin down towards the chest and continue. Exhale down towards the chest. The second announcement is we have the next measured yoga therapy training session starting in a few months. If there is anybody who would like to learn how we use the BioWell and the system of measured yoga therapy, then please let us know. Right through the website, you can put in your name and apply. People like to learn measured yoga therapy for 3 reasons. People who are in the medical field like to understand the Nadi system and to how to use yoga therapy. People who are in the non-medical, paramedical, or holistic health field, they want to make this as part of whatever practice they do. And there are people who are looking more from a volunteer angle to serve the society where they live in. So whichever the motivation, as long as people have the ability and the time to do it, they are welcome. Last exhalation, bring the chin down towards the chest. And then we go 360 degrees around the neck. Inhale, half a circle. Exhale, complete the circle. Last exhalation. Let's go in the reverse cycle. Last exhalation. Now let's go on to the shoulders. Inhale, lift up one shoulder. Exhale, rotate it back and bring it down. Inhale, lift up the other shoulder. Exhale, rotate it back and bring it down. Just a reminder for everyone, today being the Sunday, from 7 to 7:30, we have the discussion forum for any topic you want me to talk about. So if you have any ideas, you can put it in the chat box. Last inhalation and last exhalation. So let's skip a few exercises. Bring our elbows in line with the shoulders, hands in a loose fist. And as you inhale, go around the wrist, open out the palms, and exhale, come down and continue. Let's now go reverse direction. I will explain the question about biowell and Nadi system in our discussion today. And I will also talk about the special property of water. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Interlock the hands and bring it behind the head. And as you exhale, twist to one side. Inhale, come back. Exhale, twist the other way. Inhale, come back, and continue. Yes, all our discussions are recorded and available on the same YouTube session. Last exhalation, turn, inhale, come back. Get hold of your elbows behind the head. And as you exhale, pull on one elbow. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, pull on the other elbow. Inhale, come back up, and continue. As you exhale, release and come back. Now, get hold of the elbows behind the back, and we are going to twist to each side. Take a deep breath in, expand the chest, and as you exhale, twist and turn to one side. Inhale, come back. Exhale, twist and turn the other side, and inhale, come back, and continue. Last exhalation, inhale, come back. Get hold of your hips behind your back. And as you inhale, push on one hand and make a backward arch. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, push on the other hand and make a backward arch, and continue. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now let's cross one leg over the other and holding the knee on the top. Pull as you exhale and cross it over to the opposite shoulder as you turn the head the other way. Inhale, release. Exhale, pull and turn. Last exhalation, pull and turn. Inhale. Now let's cross the leg the other way. Last exhalation, twist and turn. Now we will lift both shoulders together as we inhale and lift up the pelvis as well and bring your awareness to the middle of the brain behind the upper part of the forehead when you inhale and exhale, roll back the shoulders and relax and bring the awareness coming down towards the feet. Let's continue. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now, just make sure the nostrils are equal. Most of you, it should be equal in the breath flowing out. If they are equal, then we are ready to go on to the spinal mantra. If they are not equal, just spend a minute doing the alternate nostril breathing. Now we are going on to the spinal mantra, the slow version today. We do the 7 mantras from the feet and ankle to the knees to the lowermost part of the spine, which is in between the buttocks and the back, and then the lumbar spine, the thoracic spine, the cervical spine in the neck, and then in the back of the head, in the very top, called the Shikha point. The mantra for the feet and neck are the same, that is Aim. Now let us begin from the feet and ankle with mantra Aim, moving to knees where we vibrate Shim, and move on to the base of the spine where we do Jim. Aim, Shim, 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 Jim. Now we move from the base of the spine to the lumbar region, then to the thoracic or the back region of the spine with Jim, Jaim, Haim. So let's go. Jim, Jaim, Haim. 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 Now we move from the thoracic spine to the spine and the neck to the back of the head with Haim, Aim, Om. Let's go. Haim, Aim, Om. 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 Now we do all the 7 mantras in sequence, starting from the feet and ankle. Aim, Shim, Jim, Jaim, Haim, Aim, Om. 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 Aim, Shim, Jim, Jim, Haim, Aim, O. 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 Now let's go on to our Bhastrika, the deep breathing, bellows breath. So keep your hands either in the belly or in a loose fist. And let's take a deep breath in. 1. Exhale. 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. Exhale. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 30. Exhale. 40. Exhale. 50. Exhale. 60. Exhale. 70. Exhale. 80. Exhale. 90. Exhale. And 20. Exhale. Keep the eyes closed. Observe the sensations within. Let's go on to the second round. Let's get ready. 1, inhale. Exhale. 2, exhale. 3, exhale. 4, exhale. 5, exhale. 6, exhale. 7, exhale. 8, exhale. 9, exhale. 10, exhale. 11, exhale. 12, exhale. 30, exhale. 40, exhale. 50, exhale. 60, exhale. 70, exhale. 80, exhale. 90, exhale. 20, exhale. Bring down the hands. Keep the eyes closed and observe the sensations within. Let's go on to the last round. Loose fist. Let's go. 1, exhale. 2, exhale. 3, exhale. 4, exhale. 5, exhale. 6, exhale. 7, exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. Exhale. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 30. Exhale. 40. Exhale. 50. Exhale. 60. Exhale. 70. Exhale. 80. Exhale. 9. Exhale. And 20. Exhale. Bring down the hands, keep the eyes closed. Observe the silence within. Mentally tell yourself, I give up all ideas and concepts and I care about nothing. I let go of everything. I let go of everything. I let go of everything. Even as you affirm, saying you let go of everything, feel the shoulders begin to become lighter. Let go of everything. Let go of everything. Let go of everything. If you have a personal mantra, you can focus on it. If you don't have a personal mantra, feel a flow from the middle of the chest going upward and out of the top of the head with the vibration Haim Im Om, Haim Im Om, and Om will play in the background. Mentally affirm to yourself, may I be guided to fulfill the purpose for which I am born. With that as the thought, become aware of the senses from the top of the head all the way down to the bottom of the feet. And whenever you're ready to come out of meditation, raise your hands up and bring your palms a few inches in front of your eyes and look straight into the palm of your hands when you open your eyes. Now I have a question for Usha. You can unmute yourself. What was the difference between doing some extra Ujjayi pranayam and now your muscles are, your tightness is all reduced and almost gone, right?
It's very relaxed now, yes.
Yes. So when you did the extended Ujjayi pranayama, did you find any kind of a change coming there?
Yes, my joints in fingers is more relaxed and I don't have much pain. And also I have a right hip pain, which kind of prevents me to do a lot of stuff lately.
Mm-hmm.
And that one also has a little bit difference. I don't have a pain when I'm sitting on the chair.
Mm-hmm. After you did the Bhastrika pranayam, did any change occur over there?
Yes, quite a bit of less pain.
Okay. So the thing is, there were a few people today for whom, for whatever reason, there was too much stiffness in the system. Too much stiffness in the system actually means there is more inflammation in the system. And the Ujjayi pranayama is the best anti-inflammatory. And that is the reason we extended the Ujjayi pranayama today. Normally we do about 5 minutes. Today we extended it to 10 minutes. And the Ujjayi pranayama, of course, the spinal alignment is all very helpful. But after that, followed by the Bhastrika pranayama, is the one that really opens up everything and all the pains begin to disappear. Why? Because in Ujjayi pranayama, the communication of the peripheral nervous system, the afferent nerves in particular, they communicate better to the brain. So the brain is able to give better energy to heal the inflammation. But that is only part of it. It has opened up the communication and the Bhastrika takes it even further. So for all of you, given that many of you over here are in the more senior population, if you ever have the pain, Ujjayi pranayama followed by Bhastrika will give you the results. But a little bit may not be enough. You may need to do 10 to 15 minutes of Ujjayi pranayama, and you may need to do 5 to 10 rounds of Bhastrika. But always remember that before doing Bhastrika, make sure the nostrils are both blowing at the same rate. Because if there is imbalance, Bhastrika will give more energy to the imbalance. And that is why it is important to do the balance before doing the Bhastrika. Did anybody else have the experience that Usha Vaghasya had today? I know that Mr. D. Sethi, he has kind of dropped off. He raised his hand too. But somebody else, did anybody else feel that today? Yes, Tammy, go ahead, unmute yourself.
I wanted to say that I went to a festival, a music festival yesterday, and was dancing a lot and used a lot of my spine that I don't normally use. So I was a little bit sore this morning for yoga. And so this morning with the spinal mantra and the breathing that we always do. And so doing this twice now, and I don't feel the pinch or anything anymore, right? The stuff that was like vibrating, like the swelling, right, on my muscles up here, the thoracic. So yeah, I noticed. Big
Very,
time. Big
very.
time.
Okay, so now let's go on to a few subjects. Dr. Srinivasan, Mr. T.V. Srinivasan here has posed a question. No, not him. the person who has posed the question is, let's see. Yes, certainly. Mr. Srinivasan, where are you located?
I'm located in New Jersey,
Where in New Jersey?
near Edison.
Near Edison. Okay. So what we will do is, I see your message here.
Mhm.
I will, let me copy your, what you have sent me,
Okay.
and I will follow up with you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Raja.
No problem. Now, somebody else, that was, I think, Rani Kishore or Raj Kishore, who had posted the question about the nature of nadis and the biowell reading. So let me look at that question first, then we'll talk about water. Okay, how does the nadi system work and how does biowell measure it? So the answer is the following. You see, from a conventional medicine perspective, okay, from a conventional medicine perspective, you think of the body as a bunch of biochemicals, right? Now, we also see right now that when the COVID virus, it is mutating, it's like it has an intelligence of its own to go and mutate. So it wants to kill more people. So the question is, where does all that intelligence come from? Now, from a modern medicine perspective, they don't know where the intelligence comes from. That is why they cannot stop it. And that is why when we are born, when somebody is born, they cannot prevent the birth from happening unless they kill the fetus. And by the same token, when the person dies, the modern medicine can do nothing to stop them from dying. They can only postpone death by holding various ways, but everybody has to leave. However, traditional medicine systems are not looking at the body as simply a set of biochemical reactions. They are looking at the body as part of the cosmic intelligence. And so, how does the traditional medicine system and yoga understand this cosmic intelligence? Well, it says that there is wireless communication going on in the entire cosmos. And the wireless communication is going on, and all entities in the cosmos are connected. And there is a central controller by which all of this flows. In other words, whatever you do over here, while you may think of, 1 among 8 billion people on earth or whatever, how does it matter what you do? No, what you matter it contributes. Even though it might contribute like a little drop in the ocean. And if a person is a president of the country, then it may not have the decisions taken by the president may not be like a drop in the ocean, but it rather may be like if it's a president of a small country, it might be a bucket in the ocean. Whereas if it is the president of the United States, it may be like half the ocean. So, but whatever it is the key part is all our, whatever we do, it all contributes into the cosmic flow. So the cosmic flow has a pattern of its own. And the role of sleep from a yoga perspective is, in sleep, unconsciously, in deep sleep, whatever is your inner program and guidance for you to fulfill the purpose for which you are born is automatically electromagnetically being communicated within you. So that when you get out of sleep, you feel fresh, but you also often feel a new orientation. If you have questions in your mind, what to do, various things, a few nights of good sleep will automatically give you the right answer for you to move forward. So that is the same thing that happens consciously in meditation. Now, from the yogic system, we say, underlying the physiology of the body, there are 5 types of communications that are going in the body. Now, the highest level of communication is the cosmic communication, we being part of the cosmic entity. Now, within our that part of it, there are actually 4 elements in it. One is how well you're connected. And the higher you're connected, then you have a potential to draw more of the cosmic intelligence simply by asking questions. If you don't ask questions, you're when we ask questions, not verbally outside, but mentally ask the question into the cosmos. And slowly the answer will come on its own. Now, so one element is the connectivity, and the other is the level of innate knowledge, which we call as Atma Vidya. Third level is the amount of programs that we have still remaining within us to fulfill for this lifetime. Less the program, the burden of the program taking our energy is less, so you have more energy for meditative connectivity. And what happens is, if you have meditative connectivity, your power of intention and everything, because you can work through the cosmos, increases. That is why in the Indian system or in other systems, as people age, younger people take blessings from older people because their connectivity may be higher because of the aging process and lesser amount of programs in them. And that is why the blessings work. If for people for whom connectivity is not strong, if they bless you, nothing happens. So if they curse you also, nothing happens. So in any case, the thing is now coming back, that is the highest level of connectivity. There are 4 other levels of communication happening in the body. The next level of communication is, we are cosmically programmed entity, but at the same time, we are also we are exposed to the environment of the world. What do we mean by the environment of the world? Not only the air we breathe or whatever the external experiences we have, it also includes our family, whatever job you keep, or whatever interactions you have, all of them are part of your environment. So your inner program and your external environment together govern what is your appropriate action at each moment in time. This appropriate action at each moment of time is expressed through what is called the Sushumna Nadi. And the Sushumna Nadi is fed by 2 other nadis. One nadi is called the Ida Nadi, which is your inner being, your inner program. And the Pingala Nadi is the outer environment that is being observed and absorbed. So these 2 nadis together feed the Sushumna Nadi. So at each point in time, what you are is what we would call as our gene expression coming, right? So that is the second level of the Nadi in the body. So what happened now? The Atma Nadi is the one that communicates outside the body. But from there, we have descended now within the body in the Sushumna Nadi. And this is where our chakra vibration works. Now, the third level, actually, in some ways, it could be even considered the first level, is really the regulation of vitality in the body. This is called the Mukhya Prana Nadi in yoga. And this is essentially the back of the head all the way down the spine is called the Mukhya Prana Nadi, essentially the central nervous system. This is the regulator of vitality in the body. And so unless there is vitality, nothing else can work. This body is useless. Once vitality is gone, the body is dead. Okay? So that is what feeds both the working of the Sushumna Nadi as well as the Atma Nadi as long as we are in the body. But that also feeds 2 other lower nadis. The 2 other lower nadis come actually from the chakra system, which is along the Sushumna Nadi. And those 2 other nadis that go in, one communicates into the fluids of the body, the other communicates into the tissues and hard elements of the body. So the one that each of them have Sanskrit names for them, but we won't get into that. So what happens is, now that we understand these communications are the precursors of the physiology of the body. They are the one that make your biochemical changes in your body. They are the one that nourish your body. They are the one, when they go wrong, create inappropriate physiology in the body that results in diseases. So the Nadi system is the underlying element of the what we think in terms of modern physiology. So what are we looking at from the BioWell reading? Well, the best way to get over there now is I'm going to give a little different paradigm, which will be easier to understand. I gave you the 5 levels of communication. The 5 levels of communication can be embedded into 3 levels of understanding. The first level of understanding is your spirit or your cosmic being. The second level of understanding is the cosmic being cannot express unless there is energy flowing through the physical body that has been created. Only when the energy flows through, the cosmic program can activate and can impact the body. So that is called the subtle body. And then from the subtle vibrations, as energy is percolating, then all these communications are activated. That results in the physical body. And that is where you have the physiological content. So what happens is, in modern medicine, we are looking at the physical and physiological content. In traditional medicine, we are looking at the vibrational entity, which is impacting all the organ systems. And then, of course, the spirit and things, the Atmanadi, all of this is in the background over there. Okay?
Nothing kills more germs on more surfaces.
And so now we can, when we look at it in these 3 dimensions, what we are looking at when traditional medicine doctors look at with 3 fingers, the vibration in your system, or when we do in BioWell, we insert the finger into an electromagnetic field based upon the Chinese meridian system of understanding, where which fingers have which organs represented. We are able to capture the communication of about 40 different organ systems in the body. It is about 80-85% of the organ systems of the body we are able to capture by the BioWell reading. What is the advantage of the BioWell reading relative to like the Ayurvedic reading with 3 fingers, or for that matter, all the lab analysis and everything that is done in the modern medical system? Well, if you look at the traditional medicine system, whether it is Chinese medicine or whether it is Ayurveda, with the 3 fingers, they are looking at the vibration. And based on the vibration, which is the assessment is subjective. Only when the person is an expert, they assess it correctly. And based on the assessment, they will use their own language. In the Chinese system, they will say the qi in in Chinese system, the meridian is called Mai. So they will say the qi in the Ren Mai, whichever Mai they will say is like this or like that. And based on that, they will come to a secondary saying, which means this particular organ is affected or whatever. Ayurveda does the same thing. They will use their own language, Vata, Pitta, Kapha, and they will say the Vata, the 5 types of Vatas, 5 types of Pittas, and 5 types of Kaphas. Each of these are violated in this way. The 15 combinations and the permutations, they will say, okay, this particular organ is affected and all of that, so they will do this. Now, of course, when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about a high-level Ayurvedic doctor. 99% of the Ayurvedic doctors whom you meet, they don't have that ability, okay? They are never even taught this way how to do well enough, because this comes by practice. And there are a very small number of Ayurvedic physicians who have that ability. And so any case, so the same thing, they are all these systems, because they are based upon the individual sensory perception, the subjectivity, they have to use intermediary language and correlations to arrive at which organ system is affected. However, because when we do the BioWell reading, we are directly going into the communication of that energy. We are able to directly map it to which organ system is affected. Okay? So that is the advantage. of the biowell system. So Raj Kishore, does that answer your question? You can unmute yourself and speak up.
What does the biowell measure? The electric vibrations or electromagnetic radiation?
Okay. The biowell essentially is a circular electromagnet.
Okay.
Within the circular electromagnet, you put your finger in between,
Okay.
and as the magnet fires, there is a camera from inside that is taking a picture.
Okay.
And what ends up happening is the loose electrons in our electromagnetic field that is there, they fly out, and within the electromagnetic field, as they fly out, the term actually is used as gas diffusion, because there is air around it. In the air diffusion, those electrons flash as photons, and the camera captures it. And based upon the pattern, that is exactly what it captures.
Okay. So if suppose my hand is in the biowell system, looking at it, and I suddenly cough or say something, would it change the pattern?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So what happens is the biowell system is a very good, what I call as a objective system of assessment, but at the same time, it is fickle as our electromagnetic system. So what happens is, let alone coughing, if as you're reading over there, if you're thinking of your grandchildren, it will look different.
Okay.
And if the mind is quiet, it'll still look different.
Okay.
Now, if you're dehydrated, it'll look different. If you have just had coffee, it'll look different.
Very good.
If your cell phone is near where we are reading, the interference of the cell phone will make it different.
Wow. So its interpretation must be a very difficult task. You have to be an expert to interpret all that.
See, so what happens is, when we work with the system, we take readings under control settings. But even when we take the reading within control settings, we have no control over your mind. We don't know what is happening inside.
Absolutely.
So the thing is, what happens is, within the control setting that we take, we may have maybe 85% control. Okay, we try to the degree possible. But what happens is, we base all our conclusion on pre-post reading. So for instance, when you come to us, we are not in the guessing game of guessing what is wrong with your system. So if you come to us, we will never want you to come to us unless you have been examined by a regular doctor and there has been assessment done on you, and they say you're hypertensive or you have this problem or that problem. Unless the doctor has diagnosed, we are not going to use this machine for diagnosis.
Okay.
Because if we try to use this machine for diagnosis, given the fickle nature of the body and mind, based upon what you might have eaten that day or what thoughts may be going in your head, things can show different things.
Yeah, as Bhagavan Krishna says in Gita, that the mind travels in limitless ways, infinite directions, infinite speed.
Absolutely.
So this system must be will be changing all the time. Yeah.
Absolutely. So what happens is, when we take the reading for you, we look at the reading and we try to map it with your diagnosed system. And if we find that the mapping shows, like for example, one of the 40 elements we read is called the cerebral zone vessels.
Okay.
What is the communication of the cerebral zone vessels?
Mm-hmm.
That is the indicator of hypertension.
Okay.
Okay. So what happens is, now what we will ask you to do is, when you come for the reading, we will ask you, with the permission of your doctor, please come missing 1 dose of your medication or before your medication is due. Because if your medication is in your system, that is also being captured in the nadi. We won't see any difference over there. So what happens is, we'll ask you to miss the dosage and come.
Okay.
So when you come over there, then we will see that the cerebral zone vessels is showing as weakness. When we see that, we know, yes, you were diagnosed as hypertensive, that is over there. Then what we do is, along with that, we look at other numbers to see what are the correlations that may have been affected with it. How is your immune system doing? How is your throat communicating? We are only looking at communication. Now, clearly, you're a person who is coming from a scientific field. You understand electromagnetic fields.
I have a PhD in nuclear chemistry.
Excellent. So what happens is, when we are working over here, what we do is when we look for in any kind of communication. Communication is a signal, right?
Yeah.
Signal has two components. We are measuring the energy of the signal, and we are also measuring the entropy in the signal. So when you take the energy of the signal and you take away you reduce the energy by the factor of the entropy, that gives you the total level of signal communication, right? So this is what we are capturing in the system. And so this is how we are able to tell. And when we look at correlation, whether how is the peripheral nervous system doing, how is the central nervous system doing, then in which case, and we look at perhaps how are the different glands doing, how is your pancreas doing communication, we try to correlate. Now what happens is, within our exercise we do on a daily basis, we have actually put into place 90% of all the causes for hypertension. Because this is a senior population,
Yes.
what are the 90% of the things? Now what happens is, from a physiological setup, the blood pressure in the body is controlled by 3 elements. One element is right in the carotid area, the neck area. There are these sensors, which are literally like a thermostat that is sitting by the side of the blood vessel over there. And it can sense the pressure of the blood going through. And which part of the body needs blood all the time? It needs oxygen and glucose, is the brain. So what happens is, this is the channel through which the brain is getting the blood supply. So this receptor over here is called a baroreceptor. There is another baroreceptor in what is called the aortic arch also, but that's a separate one. But what happens is, the neck exercise we do. Why do we do that? Because the neck exercises loosens up the baroreceptor and the flow of the blood to the brain is better. Now, what else do we do as part of it? Now, the Ujjayi pranayam we do, that actually, the second element related to control of blood pressure is the nervous system. So what happens is, the Ujjayi pranayam stimulates the afferent nerve sensitivity, and it makes the nervous system better, in the sense more receptive. Now, the third element what we do is what is called in the medical language as chemoreceptors. The chemoreceptors are the oxygen and carbon dioxide content in the blood. The more carbon dioxide, it wants you to breathe better and more, change the blood pressure so that there is more oxygen going to the brain. So what happens is, that is why when we do Bhasrika pranayam, the oxygen level and however we function, all of those things. And of course, another element is when we do all our practices, we do with slow movement. So you can see how our practice, regular practice, is designed to reduce blood pressure. And you see how many people here have been reporting of how their blood pressure has reduced, medication reduced, and all of that, right? So, so what happens is, in the Nadi system, we look at a deeper level, the biomeridian reading, the vibrations, the signals that are happening in the body. However, as you quite rightly point out, it is very fickle. And that is why we have to be very careful how we read it in a pre-post environment. And we never read it without a proper medical evaluation. Otherwise, we will never know whether to put the benchmarks where when we use it.
Exactly. So there is a correlation between your findings and the clinical findings.
Absolutely. Only if then we know that we are getting the reading in a right way within the proper controlled environment. And when we do, that is the pre-reading. And the post-reading is we may ask you to do 5 minutes of Ujjayi, and immediately after that we take a reading. So, and what happens is, because we recognize there is a lot of fickleness in the information we get, anytime we see changes of about 10% or less, we consider it as a random movement.
Okay, so
And-
you
and-
do active control itself of the person himself.
That's right. And between 10 to 20%, we consider it as the gray area. Okay. Only if we see more than 20% change from an intervention, we consider it as with a reasonable probability that there is a real movement.
Very good. Thank you very much, Dr. Rajan.
You're welcome. One second.
I would like the reference where I could read it again. You have described it very nicely, but to be able to catch more of it, one has to read this. So if there is a written article on it or review article, I would appreciate knowing
I will suggest you go to biowell.com.
bioware.com. Okay.
bio-well.com. And within that, you will, if you look through, there is some literature.
Okay.
But if you want to understand the system of how it works, there is a paper that I have published, which is in the National Library of Medicine.
Okay.
And the paper is called Bioenergy and its Impact on Yoga Therapy. So if you put my name, Narayanan, as the last name, and if you put the title as Bioenergy and its Impact on Yoga Therapy, by the way, the National Library of Medicine can be accessed
Hi.
to PubMed.org or PubMed.com.
Net.com.
PUBMED.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay. So now we have run through our 30 minutes time of discussion over here.
I took away all your time.
Yes. But next time we will talk about the property of water. What happens is, if there is dehydration in the system, it will not work. You will find that all the readings will be wrong.
Okay.
So when somebody comes into our clinic, first thing we ask is, would you like a drink of water?
Okay.
And if so that only then we can get correct reading. So namaste everyone. So see you all. We'll catch up next
Very
time.
much. बहुत धन्यवाद.
Thank you.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद.
Thank you, Rajan. It was
Thank you,
wonderful
Dr. Rajan.
discussion.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Dr.
you,
Rajan.
Dr.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so you cannot stop just like that medication. It has to be.
Okay.
What is now?
Huh?
You can, I can bookmark this one when we see, because all the discussion will be in 2 days. I'll bookmark it.
राज किशोर जी आपके दर्शन हुए.
नमस्कार भाई साहब.
नमस्ते भैया जी, बहुत दिन में दर्शन हुए. सुधा जी ने जबरदस्ती बिठा लिया.
राजी तो
आपके
आती हैं, आप आते नहीं.
I'll call you later on.
Oh, okay.
Brother, it was a very good discussion.
नमस्ते भाई साहब.
Thank you very much.
नमस्ते.
नमस्ते नमस्ते, कैसी हैं आप?
ऐसे हैं सब ठीक ठाक.
Thank you. मिलेंगे भाई. I'll call you, okay?
नमस्ते.
Namaste. I took away all the time of Dr. Rajan.
That's good, भाई.
Okay.
It was very learning experience, यार. Good
आपकी आवाज
questions.
नहीं आ रही. ओह, बंद. हाँ, आप बताइए.
गुप्ता जी बहुत बहुत नमस्कार.
हाँ, नमस्कार जी, नमस्कार. Thank you.
नमस्कार.
नमस्ते नमस्ते.
पीयूष भाई साहब कैसे हैं आप? पीयूष भाई साहब.
बस आपके दर्शन हो गए तो आनंद हो गया.
अरे वाह वाह वाह. खेड़ा साहब ठीक हो?
सब सही है, आपकी दुआ है.
As
दुआ
Dr.
तो
Rajan was
परमात्मा की
saying,
है.
as Dr. Rajan was saying, that the blessings of certain people help more than the blessings of everybody else.
But I'm not connected yet, brother. Thank you. Thank you. We are leaving now.
Yeah, we are seeing you after a long time.
किसको?
You should.
अग्रवाल साहब को?
Agarwal ji ko.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we used to see them each other in upstate New York.
Upstate New York.
Oh, okay. ठीक है. Okay जी, नमस्कार. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you.
Whoever is left now.
Yeah, I didn't want to ask